What is up, guys? I wanted to make a quick video talking about Fortnite accidentally unvaulting shockwaves because I'm sure many of you have been hearing that shockwaves are back, and they were back for a bit, but they have once again been vaulted. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, comment down below what you think of this, and if you guys would like to use my code in the shop when getting anything. It is EvolveJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. So this afternoon, Fortnite randomly unvaulted shockwaves. Like, this was just completely out of nowhere. And not only did they unvault them, they made them drop in stacks of 3. And then the spawn rate was also absurdly high. Like, they were all over the place. And you'll see in the gameplay in this video, this was a game I got in the brief window where they were added back. I'm often running around with just 2 stacks of shockwaves going all over the place with them. And a lot of other players were as well. So I didn't really think this was going to be a permanent change. I was really confused by this, and it seemed more likely to me that it was some sort of accident than it actually being something that Fortnite intended. And shortly after this change, they were once again vaulted, and the Fortnite status account made a post saying that this was an unintentional change and that they meant to increase the spawn rate of crash pads, but shockwaves will be returning in tomorrow's power hour, and then also in the Valentine's update in February. So this makes a lot more sense. Tomorrow's power hour will be at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, which is going to be on January 17th. And for that hour, I guess shockwaves will return. And the Stick of Truth will also have a higher spawn rate, or maybe be 100% spawn rate. I'm not too sure. And I guess this is why the spawn rate of shockwaves was so high, and then the stack size was also increased from 2 to 3 because it was meant to be for this limited time kind of like crazy hour-long event rather than being the actual state of the game. And then they just accidentally sent that change out early when they were also adjusting crash pads. So I think this kind of makes sense. It's frustrating as a player, and it's very frustrating as a content creator to have random things like this change. And I myself, you know, if you guys watch my content, you know I love shockwaves. I would be happy to see them return. But the way it was with them dropping in stacks of 3 and having a very high spawn rate is something that I don't think a lot of people would have liked. That's definitely becoming like way too much mobility, and the game was going to be too crazy. So I get why they didn't do that. As soon as I saw them dropping in stacks of 3, I just thought that this had to be like some temporary thing and not actually intentional. But at least crash pads will have a higher spawn rate now. If you guys watched my video on mobility earlier this week, that was kind of the main change I was pushing for, was just bump up the spawn rate of crash pads, and that would be much better than at least the current state of the game that we have, but also not be something drastically different. But that is it for this change. I wanted to quickly go over this because I know it's something that confuses a lot of people, and a lot of people also don't stay very up to date with Fortnite on social media. So if you saw someone say that shockwaves are back, it's not like they were lying to you or just making stuff up. It's that they were temporarily back, and then Fortnite decided to walk that change back because it was just an accident. We will get them back for Valentine's Day and the power hour tomorrow. That power hour will probably be pretty crazy with a lot of Stick of Truth games and people just shockwaving each other into Storm. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm going to let the gameplay play out from the game that I recorded when I was going to make a video about shockwaves coming back, so you guys can see kind of how crazy the game was and how different it was from more normal Fortnite. But that's going to be it for this. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Somebody in that bush. That bush. Still don't really know what happened to that guy that was behind me. Somebody in a car here. I think he ran out of gas. That's so unlucky for him. The car like stops making noise if you swap to the different seat. Like if there's nobody in the driver's seat, it won't make noise. But it seems like it stopped making noise while he was still in the driver's seat. Now 1v1. Zone pulled all the way to Cartman Land. I do not like this zone at all. This would actually be a time where having the wingsuit would be really good. I feel like with how the mobility is now, I'd probably really want to have 2 stacks of shockwaves like this because they're very prevalent, and it seems like you'll be able to consistently make that happen. And other people probably will be able to make that happen as well. Like, there's been a lot of people this game I eliminated that had a bunch of shocks on them. And so if you don't have a lot of shocks, you might not be able to like chase and eliminate them. And so normally I think I would want to have 2 stacks of shocks right now. But with a zone like this, being able to like wingsuit up the mountains and stuff would be nice. So if like I happened upon one on my way here, I maybe would have considered taking it. Gonna run with the shocks out already. He sees in any of these bushes. Apartment land. Might be in that bush. Find out. You can shockwave players out of bushes if they're in the area of effect. When the shock goes off, they'd be knocked out of the bush and it'd be destroyed. You don't have to just guess, run up to the bush like that. And normally that's something where like you wouldn't really want to do that, or like you would want to do it if you know somebody's in there for sure. That way you're not just wasting shockwaves. But the spawn rate right this second as I'm playing is insane. So that you can kind of do that without really worrying about it as much. The 1v1 in a giant zone though. So like really just comes down to timing. That's why I'm just chilling. Like, this zone is so big that me running around doesn't even really help me find him that much. Most of it's Cartman land. Want to not get, like, shot in the back or the side or just, like, in some unexpected way. This car is going to help with that a lot. Oh, here he is. Poor guy. He's very weak. And he's stuck in the water. GG's, not much he can do. But there was a guy, double mobility, had wingsuit and shockwave. So, like, that was his last shock, actually. But what I was saying earlier about having a lot of shockwaves is really nice right now. So you can chase those people who also have a lot. But yeah, that is going to be it for this video. Shockwaves are back. I'm not sure how long they're back for. And even if they are back permanently, I would be surprised if they're going to stay like this. Like dropping 3 in a stack and having the spawn rate be this high. I don't expect that to be what Epic actually intended. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more. I did post a video earlier about the tactical pistol mythic. So check that out if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.